Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Road to Equal Justice. I would like to thank Peace Tech Lab for bringing this innovative program to New Orleans today to provide free media, data, and technology training to organizations working on social justice in our city. I've seen many familiar names on the participant list today, but for those who don't know me, I am Derwyn Bunton, Chief Public Defender here in New Orleans. Having served as the Chief Public Defender of the Orleans Public Defender's Office for the last 12 years, I am working toward the same goal as many of you here today: a more just, more equitable, smarter, safer criminal legal system that serves all the people of New Orleans. My mother, Charcy Phillips, was a telephone operator for many years before losing her job. She worked hard to raise 5 kids on her own. When my mom lost our job, our family struggled to pay the bills and fought eviction until we lost. We had our possessions removed from our home and put out onto the street. It was a seminal moment for me because it was when I realized the power of the law and the need to stand up and advocate for folks vulnerable, like my mom. I remember thinking that people listen to lawyers, and I thought I wanted to be that person who could make people listen, particularly listen to people like my mother. I went on to become the first person in my family to attend college. I went on to the New York University School of Law, where I was mentored by scholars and leaders like Brian Stevenson, who taught me about the ills of a failed legal system and the public cost to our society, especially upon the poor and people of color. When I finished, I came to New Orleans to join the Juvenile Justice Project of Louisiana to fight juvenile mass incarceration, where I was part of a team that reduced the Louisiana juvenile prison population from over 2,000 children to less than 350 children, and we closed 2 prisons. We would go on to build the model that would become the Juvenile Public Defender Office for New Orleans, now known as the Louisiana Center for Children's Rights. I then was tapped to lead the Orleans Public Defender's Office, which post-Katrina was labeled dysfunctional, corrupt, and unconstitutional by many experts. We needed to do better. We transformed the office from a broken judicial patronage model to one designed to serve our clients, the poor people of New Orleans, who made up about 85% of those in the legal system. Today, OPD is now one of the most respected public defender offices in the country. But there is so much more to be done by all of us working together. We need to seize the momentum of our time and be responsive to the demands of the communities most affected by our criminal legal system. This means using technology to build equity into our system. For example, we must record and study the disparities in our system, not ignore them, so we can target policies to make a difference. We need to harness media to tell real stories of real harm caused by our epidemic of mass incarceration. This will allow us to conquer our flawed and often unconstitutional system of cash bail. It will also educate our communities on investing in public defense so we can protect innocence and hold power accountable within our criminal legal system. I believe in the power of law to make a difference, and I think we are making a difference for New Orleans. I also believe in the power of technology, media, and data. I have seen its ability to scale our work, to analyze data to better understand our issues, and to accelerate the change we need. Giving media interviews, developing social media strategies, and distilling data analytics are some of the most important skills today, not only to tell your story, but also, more importantly, to move the dial on social justice and make an impact in our communities. We don't have to look further than last summer when George Floyd's death sparked protests around the world, and they generated more media coverage than any other protests in over 50 years. It's not happening as fast as we would like, but these protests have opened a dialogue and are sparking real change. Thank you for your time today. Thank you, Peace Tech Lab, for providing this training in New Orleans, and to all the organizations who are making New Orleans a better place. Thank you so much for the work that you do.